I do not believe in a Trinity. I did not believe that Jesus, peace be upon him, was the Son of God, even though I considered myself to be an atypical Christian. My wife and I were raising Arabian horses, and at that point we made contact with an Arab Muslim translator. Throughout the course of that meeting, he never said anything to us about, I'm a Muslim, you're not, or preached to us about Islam, but his behavioral example spoke volumes. What's giving them this? I started pulling off my library shelves all the books on Islam, and I started rereading them, and then began reading English translations of the Quran. Well, if you're asking me whether I believe there was only one God, my answer is yes. Whether I believe that Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a prophet and messenger of God, my answer is yes. And finally embraced the identity of Islam. Hey, my name is Dr. Jerald Dirks, and I'm from the state of Kansas in the United States. As far as my biography goes, I'm the oldest of two children, born and raised in the state of Kansas. As far as my education, I have a bachelor's degree from Harvard College, Harvard University, a Master of Divinity from Harvard Divinity School, Harvard University, a Master of Arts in Child Clinical Psychology from the University of Denver, and a Doctorate in Psychology in Clinical Psychology from the University of Denver. I was raised in a small rural town, a close-knit family. My mother was a registered nurse, and my father was a laborer who did assembly work. Well, after I received my doctorate, I worked in the field of clinical psychology, both in terms of research in the areas of psychosomatic medicine, but also in the performance of psychotherapy. Well, I suppose one would have to say many, many years before I became a Muslim. My first introduction to Islam was during my freshman year at Harvard, when I took a course in comparative religion from the late Wilfred Cantwell Smith, whose area of specialty was Islam. But I have to confess, at the time while I studied Islam, along with many other religions, I really didn't pay a lot of attention to it. It seemed so similar at that time to what was then my own Christianity that I was much more interested in studying something that was sort of exotic and very different from where I was coming from, Advaitistic Hinduism or something like that. No, and I didn't know any Muslims at that time.